Okay, but they need to hit up the actual tow driver who towed the car. Then he smell some shit when he picking up the car. It's a decomposing body. You can hear it. You can smell that shit. I can say you can hear that shit. You can smell that shit, dog. David is F to believe. Oh, beyond belief. My bad. Video by Hello Yesin Extras. What's popping, y'all? Y'all already know who this is, man. Let's get to it. Man, David, I've been excited to get updated about this. So I'm learning as much as you learning. You know what I'm saying? I've been, dodging videos just to bring y'all this. So let's get it.
We covered this when it first happened, and that is the body that was found in David's Tesla impounded into a lot in LA.
Which I still don't understand that shit, but yeah.
Really weird, and it was a Tesla too. And I had so many questions about it. None of it.
The car by itself is like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know your Tesla missing. That's the main part with that shit.
Conclusion
the Tesla really throw the shit off.
Or was going to catch a body, but I said, like, how is your Tesla not reported stolen? You know where the location of your Tesla is all the time. Like, you have an application for it. So that was all weird. But today we've got a lot more news to cover. And the first thing that came out, it was by TMZ, and they reported that the singer David has a tattoo that matches the one found on the body of a 15.
Okay, and we know that from D Green. Shout out to D Green with this, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We know that from D Green.
Girl discovered in his Tesla. So he has the tattoo on his index finger, on the inside of his index finger, which
that shit did 48.6 million views. God damn.
Popularized that trend where she puts the index finger over her mouth and it has a on it. And so
I ain't gonna lie, getting tatted on your hand, that shit hurts. I got a tat right there. That shit hurts, dog. Anything dealing with your hand go hurt.
Find out that it's a girl.
I know your fingers are worse. Goddamn.
Boy, or the age of the individual. And in the TMZ article, they say the following. The body has now been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. Authorities said she had a tattoo on her right index finger with the letters SH. David's tattoo is also on his right index finger. And then they show a missing persons report. And it says Celeste Rivas.
Okay, my thing is with the tattoo situation. You really supposed to get, if you're under 18, you're really supposed to get permission to get a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? So how the hell did she even get the tattoo? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Then first off, and then another thing, people can have the same tattoos. So that, that right there is like, that's
her name
information. You know what I'm saying?
Photos of her. Last seen April 5th, 2024. Last seen in Lake.
Just like he said, Rihanna popularized
in the Inland Empire. Date of birth 9.
I'm not defending David. I'm just saying. I'm just facts, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just
this is crazy.
Using my brain here.
2010.
Some niggas don't do that.
2010 and seeing a human being born that year, it really rattles me. It still rattles me.
God damn.
Age 13. So she was 13 when she went missing. So she's been missing for almost a year and a half from this official report. But we would come to find out later that she was officially missing, but she was in contact with some people until about a month ago. Height 5'3", weight 120 pounds. And then it says last seen wearing gray pants and a black sweater, a hat.
Wait, what? What he said?
Until about a month ago.
What? Hold on.
Missing. So she's been missing for almost a year and a half from this official report. But we would come to find out later that she was officially missing, but she was in contact with some people until about a month ago. Height.
Damn. That's a shock. That's a shock.
5'3", weight 120 pounds.
So did she run away?
And then it says last seen wearing gray pants and a black sweater, a hat, and Hello Kitty sandals. Left the house at 9 p.m. on Friday.
Hello Kitty sandals crazy.
So she left the house at 9 p.m. on a Friday. Yeah. Maybe she was somebody that went out frequently. People did say that from rumors that we're hearing is that she was always in and out. There was instability in the home. And TMZ says that they spoke with Celeste's mom last week and she told us about her daughter's tattoo, adding it was in red ink. The mom said Celeste had been missing for more than a year, but she was suspicious of the Tesla discovery because she said Celeste's boyfriend's name was David. Singer. And then, we didn't get much information after this, but then, because he hadn't been in...
Okay, my thing is, though, is David his actual real name? I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because rappers can go by different names. Sometimes they go by the same name as their first name, but change it and play on words and shit like that. So is David actually his real name is the question.
LA for over a month. So what people are thinking is, okay, well, maybe this body was decomposing for a month and it was left on a Hollywood
That's nasty,
street
dog.
and it wasn't reported stolen. And David's team, they've quieted down, which they should. Then it would come out later that police were hunting.
Look at this nigga, bro. He just looked like he gonna do some crazy ass shit, bro. Just look at him, bro.
For videos that could identify the driver of David's Tesla in the area where his car was abandoned. And it shows it right here. So this is
shit
where the car was found. And this does seem like where events happen, where things happen, and you are likely to get towed here if you're parking at the wrong time. So it says David's Tesla was abandoned on a street in the Hollywood Hills before it was towed and impounded with a dead body inside. And cops are scouring the area where the car was parked and looking for video that would identify the driver and maybe crack the case. They're gonna find video here.
Okay, but they need to hit up the actual tow driver who towed the car. Did he smell some shit when he picking up the car?
Ring cameras.
It's a decomposing body. You can hear it. You can smell that shit. I can say you can hear that shit. You can smell that shit, dog. Real talk.
I thought I noticed that.
I don't know now, but I'm saying it's a decomposing body. You can smell a dead fucking deer and a dog when you driving. So I'm pretty sure you could have smelled that body when you picking it up. They need to hit the tow driver up.
Singer's Tesla was abandoned. Tell TMZ LAPD swept the area and are talking with every neighbor they can track down to see if there's ring camera surveillance video showing his car. We're told cops are not only asking residents for showing the main street where the car was towed from, they're also searching for video showing nearby alleyways, suggesting cops believe that Tesla may have been driven through an alley before being abandoned to avoid detection. We know cops got video of the alleyway from at least one neighbor, but the Tesla was not in the footage. We're told the neighbor who called to have the car towed earlier this month has since talked to police and turned over footage, but we don't know if the video revealed the driver's identity. And they were saying that a bunch of these houses are short-term rentals, so it's hard for them to get into contact with the actual owners of the place. And it was called, so the cops were called after the odor got too out of hand. Now, what they say in the report, it's that it's a chopped up and decomposing body inside. But other people are saying that the body fell apart because it was severely decomposed. So the LA County medical examiner said the body was severely decomposed and appeared to have been in the car for an extended period of time before being found. But I don't know what an extended period of time is, because even in less than a week, a body really starts to stink. So for it to get to this point, how long was it there? And how long was it in the trunk? And you got to think, for a tow lot, the smell has to be pungent, because people aren't like, it's not like down the block, or it's not like a residential area where people are constantly walking around, they're close to the home. Like tow lot, people are probably not checking for a lot of those cars. The people working there, at least. Then
now I can't say this. Now I do go to a tow lot sometimes to get my loads and shit. It's fucking nasty out there. I mean, there's a whole bunch of cars that's fucked up, wrecked and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's dark when I go there. You know what I'm saying? So even in the dark, it's like you ain't really trying to peep around in no tow yard. You don't know who the fuck there, even though it's like gated in, closed in, bro. People hop gates and shit all the time, bro. Come on, bro. But it's like you ain't really trying to like peep around, stay around and shit like that. And people, that's not even in people's mind to think in the tow yard. You just taking these cars, dropping them in whatever lot is in, whatever spot is in, and that's it. We ain't thinking about no dead bodies. And even if we smell something out there at a fucking tow yard, we thinking it's a dead dog, dead cat, dead raccoon, dead rat, whatever. We ain't thinking about no bodies in no trunks. So I can, you know what I'm saying, from a worker standpoint. Now I can't understand where you're coming from, because if I smell something, but it's still in my mind, I'm like, But if it's too strong, and I'm like, okay, this shit stink. Like, bro, we need to check this Tesla out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who that worker right there was the reason why I got discovered.
A lot more information started to surface on social media. One post was saying that she left her house wearing Hello Kitty, and David had an obsession with Hello Kitty. There's
That's fucking crazy.
Hello Kitty zip-up hoodie. There's photos of him with Hello Kitty.
Why are you obsessed with Hello Kitty, bro? You a fucking weirdo. You are a weirdo, bro.
mugs. Very an odd coincidence, if you want to call it that. But then
grown ass man obsessed with Hello Kitty,
bro. This girl had surfaced, and it says Celeste and David don't let me sleep, and it says 3:51 a.m. and it's David and what looks to be that girl Celeste Rivas Hernandez in a FaceTime call with somebody else. And this is one of the craziest, most disturbing things about this is there are a bunch of people that knew that this was going on.
Exactly.
He was trying to hide it, but he was showing a lot more than I don't even really get it, because I'll give you guys another clip as an example. There was a Discord message that was leaked because this guy had a Discord server, and somebody asked him on December 13th, 2023. So this chick would have been, what, 11 at that time, or 12?
Oh my God, 11.
And this guy Lamp said,
this nigga is a weirdo.
And then this dude David says, you are a Fed. It's like, what? And that girl looks like it could be her, but there have been a couple that have looked like her. Like it might be a different girl. But the scariest part about this is that when this
nigga chop, bro. This nigga weird as hell. That's the reason why I cut my dreads off the first time. That shit like that, man, hell no. That's some weird ass shit to have. I ain't talking about niggas who got the little edge up out, but eventually, bro, you're going to cut your hair, bro. I'm telling you right now. A lot of people were trying
to defend it, saying that he was on tour and he kept up appearances. Like the guy.
That's the alibi, though. That's the alibi. Alibi.
Who's saying that he was cooperating with law enforcement. I don't know what cooperation looks like, but on one of the threads, some guy actually shared a story that.
This guy's weirder. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was, whatever that says, her out. She was in the 7th grade at the time. LAPD swept his place in the hills. I'm terrified that's who's in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she's still a minor, but she was from Lake, whatever the hell that say. Whoa, hope this is not the case. I strongly doubt this is true. He has a very public social media presence, and there's no one underage in his road crew. I have only heard good things about David from tour and venue staff. Don't post stuff like this with all the speculation going around. You're going to feed witch hunts like this. Like that. It isn't speculation. It's literally happened. I don't really care if you heard nice things about him. That has no impact on my personal negative experience. My thing is this, bro. Like, you don't fucking know this man personally, bro. All these people that be like, especially like somebody had comment under my video with what I was talking about. I think Jimmy Kimmel shit with Charlie Kirk. This nigga said, yeah, Trump played golf when he said, nigga, how the fuck do you know that shit? How do you know that shit? Like, these folks be commenting and shit and saying all this stuff like you righteous. No, well, he won't do this and he won't do that. He's such a good person. Man, these people be putting on fronts, bro. This is the internet, bro. You don't know how these people is in real life. Shut the fuck up with that shit, man.
To show us that this guy knew what was going on. And he said the following. This guy's a weirdo. A close friend's little sister from the IE Inland Empire ran away last year.
I didn't know he was gonna read shit.
We think her sister was peeing her out. Yeah, peeing her out. She was in
okay.
At the time. LAPD swept his place in the hills. So they're already saying that LAPD looked through this guy's crib and she wasn't there. I'm terrified that's who's in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she's still minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore. And this person says, whoa, hope that's not the case. And then you've got someone trying to defend the situation, which is understandable at that time. But this person says, it isn't speculation. It literally happened. I don't really care if you've heard nice things about him. That has no impact on my personal negative experience. And we would come to find out that, yeah, that was a chick from that was a girl from Lake Elsinore that was in 7th grade at the time, because she would be in 9th grade right now, and she is passed away in that trunk. So this guy,
what the fuck do you want with a little girl?
The one that.
What do you want with a look? I don't understand these niggas out here, bro. You PDF out. I don't know what y'all want with little children, bro. What the hell do a little child has to offer you? They don't even know what the fuck going on with their body. Like, be for real, bro. You want a little kid, bro. That's fucking weird. You are a weirdo if you want a little kid. Nigga, it's so many hoes out here. It's so many. It's MILF, it's GILFs, it's Ebonies, it's Latinas. You know what's wrong with y'all niggas? Y'all can't get none of them. So you resort to prey on innocent children that don't know what the fuck going on, that can't tell that can't tell in their mind that you're a fucking weirdo. Cause they don't have no really judgmental shit. You know what I'm saying? They mind. So they don't understand that you're a fucking weirdo, and therefore you go for the kid because they're innocent. You are a fucking weirdo.
Ended it, but we do know that as of now, we have a lot of
This man has so much clout, so much money, so much success, whatever the fuck. You could have got anybody you wanted. Hell, if you really felt like you couldn't get nobody, you could have paid somebody. Better hit up Sugar Free, nigga.
Information that this guy was seeing and spending a lot of time with this girl. And then there are Discord messages where David in 2022 says Celeste in here, question mark. And then she says, hi, David Bark. So you've got that as one of the replies, which is freaky. And then more conspiracy theory type things come out where it says David's hit song Romantic Homicide was released on September 7th, which was the birthday of Celeste.
That shit crazy.
This was in 2022. We do have messages going back to 2023.
We do got a video react to one of his music videos. He carried out the murder. Yeah.
I don't know if it goes
fake
if
like
it's
it, whatever.
this crazy where
my boy Classic said that.
It, because like, what are you saying, that he intended on offing the chick years ago? Actually, as a matter of fact, no. It is. He may have known her because in 2022 he was talking to her, and this was October that we got that message. So
how old she was?
Yeah, been in contact with him at that time. But he may have dropped it on her birthday as like a quote unquote gift to her for her 12th birthday. Oh my God.
That's some weirdo shit, bro.
Simpson, and we get this guy. And then there was also a song
what you said, bro?
What
you said about OJ?
Her birthday as like a quote unquote gift to her for her 12th birthday. Oh my God. This is insane. People had OJ Simpson, and we get this guy.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Older generations, man. Man, y'all had some great people.
Also a song that leaked on,
that did fucked up shit, but it wasn't no kids though.
Celeste, where he's like, oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Now this is the thing, we don't know.
The girl with my name tattooed on her chest.
But he says Celeste in this song multiple times. That's a song that leaked just yesterday. And there have been other people that have been talking about how they knew that this was going on, or they knew that there was a Celeste. People are trying to tie streamers into it, which I think is unfair.
That's weak.
Jason the Ween, who had met somebody, because Jason the Ween did a song with this guy, and
is he with Faye?
Cordial with him. He was cool with him. I wouldn't say they're friends because I can't judge streamer celebrity friendship.
Man, none of these fucking streamers ain't friends, bro.
These guys are odd. But this is the thing. This guy was posting to his close friends. This dude, David. There's a post right here. This guy says, David posted pictures of him and Celeste to close friends. So the information wasn't made public. Dog, how are you posting?
He said, look calm pic with an evil.
He's got Fortnite Battle Royale music. An important detail I have.
And then that's some weird shit, too, for y'all to know this nigga was a pedophile. I mean, a PDF file. And didn't say nothing. Y'all some weirdos too.
David is currently 20. I don't know why.
He's the same way. Y'all know a PDF file won't say shit.
Why?
Y'all weak as hell.
He was older.
Y'all some cowards.
You guys would probably think that he was older as well. I just thought he was 24 or 25 or something like that.
Oh, he
that
was.
Doesn't change anything that's been
because she's still 11, 12 years old, nigga.
Perhaps that's why he's moving in the way that he is after the girl has been found, or the body had been found, because you would think somebody would just dip out of there. Like, how are you continuing to act like everything's normal? And then there was also stories of Celeste that he was resharing in 2023, and she has
I'm just playing, y'all. If that nigga if that nigga is found not guilty, that'd be crazy as fuck. And I would actually want to know who did this foul ass shit.
David
but it's a high possible chance that nigga is not going to be found guilty. That nigga is guilty.
Kissing.
I don't give a fuck.
Emojis, and that's him. And
even if he not guilty on the murder, he should be guilty for PDF filing. Even though she did, you still should register as a sex offender, bro. At the very least, bro.
The account was Dean Blunt Lover 444, and he says, didn't use my music, SMH. And he reposts that story. The person that made the initial statement on the Reddit before the body was even confirmed to be a man.
How the fuck are you okay with dating somebody that's 12 and 11 years old? That shit is weird.
Girl, boy, said, sorry for the late response. I'm sure the police have been involved, but I don't know the full detail of C's life. It seemed to me that she has had a broken home life, family life, because the way my sister put it, she would never be home and always be out. Seems like the parent relationship wasn't there, and I'm not sure
at 12 years old
or not. I can ask my sister and get back to you. Edit, I asked my sister and she said she isn't sure, but I saw a news article of the picture of the girl and my sister confirmed that it is indeed C.
Damn.
This news article here. Her name was Celeste, but I used the term C just in case it wasn't her, but this confirms it. And this is crazy. And then they also showed, this was the pic bro showed me, and this was a picture of David meeting up around the corner, paying other people that are her age to keep their mouth shut about the situation.
That's crazy, bro.
That this was in Lake Elsinore, right around from where she lived. This gets even more disturbing because fans went and had a conversation with Celeste's brother, and I'm gonna read you guys the conversation right now. He says, dude, why does Celeste follow you? All respect to your sister, and I hate how trash people are being. Was it really him? Jesus, all love, man. Yeah, it was him, because he found my account out of nowhere and followed me. Damn, well, he has it coming. That's wild. Just randomly, did you even ever talk to him? He said, I met him once in person. So this guy knew that this situation was going.
As a brother, though, why the fuck is you... Everybody, every single person in her life has failed her, bro. Every single person, bro. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that bullshit. For real.
Going on. He said, did you and your family know of your sister being with them? Like she was living with them? All of this stuff is so confusing and disgusting. I knew and went to the police about it, but lack of evidence, so it was waved off.
Stop fucking lying. You just saying this shit because you know the shit go get screenshotted, nigga. You ain't do none of that shit.
I believe this is a thing.
Fuck out of here.
BS. Now that there's 1,000 people.
Because if that was my sister, bro, I would go to hell and back to make sure that this relationship don't last. I don't give a fuck if it destroy my relationship with my sister. You crazy as fuck if you 11, 12, or 13 years old. You date a nigga that's 18, 19, 20 years old. Get the fuck out of here.
Backing you up.
So shut up with that bullshit. You a coward.
They had listened. Yeah, it won't happen again because she's dead. That's why it won't happen. Even then, they don't do anything. They haven't even done anything towards him. That's how it is with celebrities. This guy's just yapping about this Diddy thing. People went after Diddy, and Diddy was not in a situation like this. And then he says, how long has she been gone? He says, dead? 2 weeks. He says, damn, that's soon. People have been saying like a month. The dude's a weirdo. His songs all have weird messages. What do you think happened? Like he didn't want her to expose him being with her? And this guy says, I don't know. Damn, was your sister like in love with him and choosing to stay? I'm guessing it was all him just manipulating her. And the brother says, yeah, she was always saying that she was waiting till, he was waiting till she was 18 to get married and stuff like that. That's impossible because if that happened, then everyone's just going to rewind and say, hold on, you've been together for this long, or you just got married and this happened. So I think David found himself in a situation where he was screwed. Well, he created a situation for himself in which he was screwed because if they ever separate, she starts talking about the situation, he's screwed. If they stay together, he makes it more public than he already was, which is like a very, very, very low key public, then he's screwed because people will say, well, you met her all this time ago and there's all this information out there. So he was screwed regardless. And then he says, what's crazy is all these people in his circle who knew and didn't say anything. I saw one guy got sued by him. I'm sure you would have too if you kept pushing. He says, dog, what? I never knew that. My sister wouldn't say anything ever. And I knew a couple of girls like this when I was what?
I don't know though, bro. She don't have to say nothing else, bro. You know this nigga is older than her. She don't have to say anything else.
Like 12, 13.
Fuck out of here. This is nothing but fucking excuses, bro. And the fact this nigga just openly willing to talk about this shit, bro. Your sister is dead. Don't do that mean anything to you. You chatting with a random nigga on Instagram. Fuck out of here, bro.
Family situation.
Fuck out of here.
They leave, they disappear from school for a month, 2 months, and then come back. You don't know where they were. They're not telling anybody what's going on. So it's hard to even get a read of the situation. And then he's like, yo, there's much stuff in that Discord.
I don't
what
care.
the hell? There's a Discord? Well, this guy didn't even know that. This Discord was likely where this was all born. And he says, yeah, it was just his fan Discord and stuff. I wasn't in it, obviously, but from what I know, he was decently active in it. And some screenshots and screen recordings were posting today and yesterday after the news. Showed one guy saying this. And that was one of the fans saying, show the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And that's David talking about, I'm in a song crisis right now. So this person in the Discord knew that David had some involvement with the girl that was already known as missing. And he says 95% sure it's legit. Someone who was in the server before it was locked screen recorded them looking up this message, and it wasn't edited or anything. He says, what the F? No effing way, dude. Please send me more if you know. And then he goes on and he says, only a small number of people were aware until today. I wish I would have known. I could have used this. He says, you didn't have your sister added on Discord, right? He says, I don't even have a Discord. That's how you know this guy's normal. He says, yeah, I was just seeing because someone took a SS of her account. All right, this is what I got. And that's we've seen.
Bruh. You have failed your sister, bruh. You don't try to be trying to collect evidence and shit now. Okay, maybe him giving her justice is a way to be like, okay, you ain't failed all the way. But bro, this shit could have been prevented, bruh. Like real fucking talk, bruh. And it just goes to show and prove that she had a broken household, bruh. Your brother didn't care about you that bad, bro. I don't care. I don't care, bro. Cause I didn't know about a Discord, nigga. Put in the comments, man. If that was your fucking sister, what would you be doing? I would be trying to track down everything about this dude. I don't care what it is. Try to get him away from my sister. He failed her, bro. I don't care if he trying to do some shit now. It's cooked. That's it.
These photos hurt, and that song was an unreleased David song. And this is just stuff proving the messages are real. And then that guy says, yes, those photos are of her. He says, do you know any of your sister's Instagram accounts? And then he shows those text messages back and forth. He says, that's my sister, dog. And he shows more photos of his sister. He says, yeah, you think this is real? He says, yes, I do. I know who Gus is. He's dead. He says, what happened? He says, he got shot up, dead. And he says, you think by David or some other ish? He says, some other stuff. So who knows what this Gus guy was involved with? But the way that this Gus guy came into play is this text thread had spread, and it was supposed to be, or what people were saying was Celeste, and he also says that he believes this is true. Celeste on the left side, and in the red is a friend of Celeste.
That's orange,
family,
but okay.
Like maybe like a sister or cousin, something like that. And it was someone checking up on her and says, I'm just gonna check up on you. And then Celeste says, I don't want to talk to anyone. That's it. Okay, yes, of course. But you have to swear you're going to stay safe. Are you still going to talk to David or go back with him? Because I don't want you to get into any more trouble with him. I'm safe. No, I'm not. So she's not going back to David. Okay, I love you. I'll text you in about a week. Don't delete Insta. Love you too, and I won't. And then she says, I made it. And then she says, it can bleed and not bleed during SEX because you probably did it when you were younger. I didn't because I wasn't horny. And then she says, you said you bled? She says, I thought I did, but I just got my period. I only bled with David. And then she says, with Gus, and this is the same Gus that guy's talking about that's dead. With Gus, I was just drunk and did it because
this is crazy.
The first time for not getting with him. So that Gus that was also followed by David and followed by that account is now dead, according to the brother of Celeste, who is all.
This nigga on some you shit. I ain't gonna lie.
So that's almost all of the information that's out right now. There's a couple of other things, like the guy that was saying,
Hey, did you finish the last season of You? Bae, I said, did you finish the last season of You? Okay. Well, Bae didn't finish it, but if y'all don't, well, she got 2 more episodes to watch. I started with Bae and then I knocked off of it, but she continued on. It's some fire ass shit though, but this is the same shit David on.
Got called a Fed. He's been talking and saying some stuff, and people have been sharing some Discord messages, but it's nothing like so damning that we've got to add. But let me know what y'all think of this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you.
This shit crazy, man. I don't really know what to really fucking say. I'm just hoping this girl get justice, whether David did it or not. But he potentially got 2 bodies. He made him pay somebody off to get Gus gone so he can build a relationship with her. I'm not gonna sit up here and make conspiracy theories and all that shit. I'm not gonna do that. I go by facts, you know what I'm saying? So we just gotta see what's going on. But yeah, man. Like the video if you liked it, man, and I'm out. Peace.